Yes, good morning, friends. In today's class, we'll begin with our module 3. The module 3 is context-free grammars and languages. Context-free grammar and languages. In the previous module only, we have seen what is grammar and types of the grammar. During study of our types of the grammar, we have seen what is a context-free grammar. So, context-free grammar is a grammar which has a tuples, that is quadruple, that is 4 tuples, QTPS as usual, but always the productions, always the productions in your context-free grammars are in the form alpha, sorry, A tends to alpha, or you can call it as alpha tends to W, where the left hand side are always non-terminals or always non-terminals, and the right hand sides will be always terminals. And any production of this particular type is called as a context-free grammar. And in this grammar, you can also have A tends to B, where both the terminals are there, but this should be derived back to B tends to some non-terminal, some terminal, so that even A tends to terminal. It happens like this, right? For example, A tends to B and B tends to P. So A, B and this B are non-terminals. Whereas when you derive B tends to P and even A tends to P. This becomes of the form A tends to alpha or alpha tends to W. So any form or any type of a production in the form A tends to alpha or alpha tends to W will become your context-free grammar. In this grammar, again, we have the context-free grammar is defined using your quadruple, that is VTPS, where V is a set of non-terminals or symbols, and T is a set of terminals, P is a set of productions, and S stands for a start symbol. S stands for a start symbol. Right? This is of the form. This is a general definition of your context-free grammar. For example, you can take a grammar. Example for your context-free grammar. A tends to A or A tends to AA, where again this A can be replaced using this A, so that A tends to AA. Example of this grammar. Simple example, and other examples also you can see. So in your reference book, they have provided one more example for if statement. Just you can go through that. Okay, this is a definition of your context-free grammar. In context-free grammar or in every context-free grammar, you need to follow or observe few of the key points before solving your context-free grammar problems. So in any context-free grammar, all the productions are of the form A tends to alpha, where alpha belongs to UVT star and A is a non-terminal. So first point what you need to remember in your context-free grammar is that all the productions of your grammar should be of the form A tends to alpha, where alpha belongs to UVT whole star. UVT whole star, and this A is a non-terminal. This A is a non-terminal. So any thing or any production should be in the form like this. The symbol epsilon can appear on the right hand side of any production. So A tends to alpha, but A tends to epsilon on the now very good. Second point you need to observe is, first point is always the production should be in the form A tends to alpha. Second point is you can use an epsilon symbol on your right hand side. And the third point is the language that is generated from this grammar is called type 2 language or context-free language. So whenever the language is generated using this type of a grammar, it is called as a type 2 grammar, and the language is called as CFL, context-free language. So context-free, any language that is designed with the help of context-free grammar is called as context-free language. So any grammar or any language which is defined by your context-free grammar is called as context-free language. This is the fourth point. And the next one is, so using this particular grammar, that is context-free grammar, it is helpful in the applications of push-down automata. So you can use your context-free grammar for constructing your push-down automata. So push-down automata andre enu anta in the further classes will be same. Okay, clear with this context-free grammar? Fine. So now we move on to important topic of your context-free grammar, what you need to understand very carefully. The very important thing is you need to understand what do you mean by a derivations. What do you mean by a derivation? In derivation andre enu. So derivation is a process of obtaining a string of terminals or a non-terminals from the start symbol by applying some set of the productions. So nanu age in ಹೇಳಿದೆ. So it is a process of obtaining a terminals or non-terminals by applying some set of productions. Some set of productions. For example, S is a start symbol. So upon this S start symbol, I am going to apply some productions. S tends to B, where B tends to AA and A tends to A. Right? So this is the given grammar. Now I need to derive a set of terminals or a non-terminals based upon these things. So in the first step, what I can derive is, so S tends to B and I. But B is having a production AA, right? So I can replace AA for your B. And again in this production, S tends to A, but again this A has some derivation, that is A tends to A. So this is called as a derivation. So substituting your non-terminals with the terminals by applying some set of productions upon your start symbol is called as a derivation. And this derivation always starts with your start symbol and ends with a string of terminals. So string of terminals. It ends with a string of terminals. Clear with this? And at each step in the derivation process, as only one variable is replaced by C. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, one variable ನಾನು replace ಮಾಡಿದೆ first step ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Second step ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು variable replace ಮಾಡಿದೆ. So ಒಂದೇ step ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ನಾನು replace ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. Very important point is that at each step of derivation, only one symbol will be replaced, either terminal or non-terminal. It can be replaced by only one symbol. That's very important. So let us consider one of the example here. Let us consider one of the example over here. I wrote one example, and let me take one more example here. So A tends to alpha, B, gamma or Y. I'll take it as gamma itself. And B tends to beta. B tends to beta. And in this example, A, B are non-terminals, alpha, gamma and beta are terminals. These are the terminals. So by applying a production upon your start symbol, always start symbol is your first production. A tends to alpha, B and gamma, right? So by applying a production, B tends to beta upon your start symbol, you will get A tends to alpha, beta and gamma. This is your context-free grammar. So on your left hand side, you have a non-terminal. On the right hand side, you have a set of or a string of terminals. You call it as a string of terminals. Clear with this? This is derivation. So while deriving, you need to follow some of the points or key points should be noted so that you make a perfect derivations. So if a string is obtained by applying only one production, then it is called one-step derivation. So only one step one-step step derivation. If one or more productions are applied to get a string from A, then we write the form, and this is of the form. So direct and two step right? So if zero or more productions are applied to get the string alpha, beta and gamma from A, then it is written like this. See here. So direct nanu one time set of strings in bರುತ್ತೆ. So two steps ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾನು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಸೊ one step A ಗೆ ಡಿರೈವ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ B ಗೆ ಡಿರೈವ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಅದೇ ತರ two steps ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ this should be written like this. So here plus, that is two steps. So zero or more productions in the direct I can write like this. So this is the final step of your context free grammar. So context free grammar last of the yoga ee tara barite. So one step alli bandre use martini, two or more steps andre plus baritini, zero or more productions andre idil baritini. Clear with this? Okay. So directly we move on to one of the problem to show or depict your derivations. Okay. Next, consider a grammar. So all of you take this problem. Consider the grammar from which any arithmetic expressions can be derived. Arithmetic expression can be derived. So in this problem, what they have shown is in this problem they have already given the grammar, but later in part of this we need to generate the grammar on our own. So already to show the derivation part, they have already given a grammar. So let us consider a grammar for your arithmetic expression. So arithmetic expressions yadave arithmetic expression alli, so basic arithmetic expressions plus, minus, star, multiplication and division. Okay. So E is a non-terminal. So E can be E plus E, E can be E minus E, E can be E star E, and E can be E divided by E. Right? So all these things are non-terminals, right? So, but this is not a grammar. So this grammar should end with a string of terminals. So what I should do is this thing should be replaced with some terminal. I call it as ID or any value, or any IDs or any values you can consider. So from this particular thing, I need to derive a arithmetic expression. So this is a grammar to derive any type of arithmetic expression given. This is a given grammar, right? So using this grammar I need to explore or derive one arithmetic expression. So yeah, arithmetic expression ತಗೋಬೇಕು. So yeah, arithmetic expression ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೋಣ id plus id star id. So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಥಿಂಗಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ id plus id star id, right? Okay, so using this grammar I need to derive this particular string. So here first using this grammar, first here ಇದೆ ನನಗೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇದೆ, so ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬರೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, so ಇದರ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ e tends to e plus e, right? But e cannot be left directly like that. So what I should do is I should derive e with this production, e tends to id, sorry, where you are going to derive e tends to id, right? Okay, next e tends to id plus, again this e I should not derive your id because again the expression is not completed, it has the second part. See, id star id, e can be replaced using your this particular production. Yes, again I will replace this e with e star e, that is e tends to e star e na derivative. Next e tends to id plus this e I will replace with id star e, this e is replaced with id. Similarly e tends to id plus id star id, e tends to id, e tends to id, right? So this grammar or this set of string is derived by applying two or more set of productions. Hence how we need to write it? So we need to write it like this manner: e plus id plus id star id. This is the derivation of your arithmetic expression. So for any given, ನಾನು ಇದು ಒಂದು simple example ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. So you can take any type of a arithmetic expression. So with the help of this grammar I can derive that given arithmetic expression using this set of productions of the grammar. Clear with this? This indicates what? A context-free grammar. This is the example for derivations that is used in your context-free grammar. And these derivations, whatever we are going to see now, these derivations are of two types. One is leftmost derivation, one is rightmost derivation. So we'll see what is the leftmost derivation and the rightmost derivations. Again, these derivations are categorized into two types: leftmost and the rightmost. Leftmost derivation and the rightmost derivation. So all of you know already, you have seen in your data structure what is the leftmost derivation and the rightmost derivation. So just we'll brush up with these concepts. So what is the leftmost derivation? So leftmost derivation is the process of obtaining the strings of terminals from a sequence of replacement such that only leftmost non-terminal is replaced first at each every step is called as leftmost derivation. So left allirantaha non-terminal will be replaced by a terminal in your expression, that is called as your leftmost derivation. So previous non example ಏನು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೋ that is leftmost derivation ಗೆ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದು. So same example I will take id plus id star id. For this e tends to e plus e. Okay, for this I return e tends to e plus e ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Next leftmost, e production ಇಂದ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಇರಂತ leftmost symbol. So leftmost symbol ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು, this should be replaced with your id. So e, sorry, ಇದು e ಬರಲ್ಲ, id ಬರುತ್ತೆ, id plus e, that is e tends to id replaced. And this e ನ ನಾವು ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅದರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, id plus e star e. So that is E tends to E star E totally, and E tends to ID plus this E is replaced by ID star E, that is E tends to ID, and again E tends to ID plus ID star ID. Again here this is replaced with E tends to ID. This is your leftmost derivation, right? Okay. Next we'll see what is rightmost derivation. So rightmost derivation is the process of obtaining a strings of terminals from a sequence of replacement such that only a rightmost non-terminal is replaced with a set of terminals. So the same example I will be taking and I'll try to solve it. Okay. ID plus ID star ID. E tends to E plus E, and this should be derived from your rightmost. So ikkadinda derive ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. So E tends to E plus E star E. So E tends to E plus E star ID. E tends to E plus ID. This is your rightmost derivation. So leftmost derivation and rightmost derivations are of these forms. Clear with this? Clear with rightmost derivation and leftmost derivation? Okay, fine. One problem I will be giving as an assignment or a homework, whatever you take. Consider, try to solve this by using your leftmost derivation. Try to derive the string using some grammar. I'll give a grammar and I'll give a string. Using your leftmost derivation, try to solve that particular problem. So hope all of you understood this, what is the leftmost derivation and the rightmost derivation. Okay, take down. Obtain a leftmost derivation, left B, to derive a string AAA B BA one more BA AAA BB A BB BA, right? So derive this string using the grammar. So what is my grammar? Grammar given is S tends to AB or S tends to BA and A tends to AS or BAA or A, and B tends to BS or ABB B. Okay, using this grammar, you can apply S as AB or S as BA, A as AS or A as BAA or S tends to A. You can apply any type of productions. By using these productions, you need to derive this particular thing by applying your leftmost derivations only. Okay, fine. So in the next class, we'll continue with our sentence and what is a left sentimental form and right sentimental form, and the rest of the problems on the languages using your context-free grammar. Okay, thank you.